Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I do the readings. Somebody's got to do the readings. It might as well be me. CM, welcome. Alexi, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Pamela, what is up? Empress of Love, CM, good that you got your money. Tessa, what is going on, everybody? How are you doing? How is it going tonight? It is another crazy night in 2021. Tammy, how are you doing? All right, what questions we got? Will the Cancer X come forward so we can reconcile? Okay. Sparkling, welcome. How you doing? Question to move. You're excited about the move. What do you see for you? Positive always. Welcome. How are you doing? All right, the move. I'm moving and excited. There you go. Let's see what we see with that with Alexi. Alexi's got a little move going. That's all you need is, a little new space, a new environment and whatnot. Is the camera working today? It is working. There we go. All right, Alexi, let's see about a little bit of a Ciro Marchetti feel for you with the Encore Tarot. That is going to be there. That is going to be there. Darcy, sorry to hear you about your strokes. That sounds bad. Anyway, all right, love life for January and, see about that. See how that goes with a little bit of moving action going there. Because, everything's fresh when you move. It's all exciting. You have all this freshness, you know what I mean? It's all sorts of good stuff coming out. So there you go. All right. As far as the move goes, the Five of Swords says it's a good move. It's almost like you're moving out of a situation that needs to be better and you're moving into a situation that is better. It feels like the move is just there and it's going to be something that is positive. Stacy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, the Five of Swords being reversed, the Lord of Defeat says, it's going to be all right, basically. Page of Cups, though, says you do miss the old environment. You could have some friends, you could have some people that you know and whatnot that are around that environment, and you're just going to miss them overall. It feels like a little bit of separation anxiety. You're familiar with it. You know everything. You sort of know everybody. It just feels like that I'm moving into a new place, now I got to redo everything. Boo-boo, welcome. How are you doing? But yeah, the Page of Cups says I need to redo a lot of things. I do have a little separation anxiety. And the Hanging Man, so it's going to be all right, though. I mean, I think once you move, once you get there, you actually meet a lot of interesting people. And one of these people, I think you sort of fall for a little bit. A little bit of a falling for this particular person. It's almost like you just randomly run into them, too, once you get to where you're going. It's sort of kind of a fun thing. It's sort of an interesting thing. But, where you take that, then that's going to be one of those deals. Overall, the Ace of Cups says, as far as the move goes, you're going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like you don't belong there. And that's going to hang in for about a month or so until you sort of work into it. You get the routine down. You start all the new habits and whatnot. I think you're actually missing a couple of key components of things that you always love to do are just not there once you move around. And you don't sort of notice that until you end up there. So there you go. There's your move reading. Overall, it seems to be indeed very exciting. All right. Let's see how it is going with Stacy. Civil war in the U.S. Well, I certainly hope not. Let's see about that. Let's see. Stacy. Civil things. I got to watch the YouTube algorithm. I got to be careful. So let's see. Civil things are no civil things. If you're going to do civil things, you might as well use the Thoth deck. You might as well use the Thoth deck. The Thoth is just going to give you the lowdown, and that's sort of what you need here. You know what I mean? All right. Ordered some new winter sweaters. There you go, CM. A couple of sweaters, and you are all set. You know what I mean? My accurate psychic readings, welcome. How are you doing as well? All right. Let's see about this. What are we going to have? What are we going to have going on? Well, yeah, we do have that sort of that conflict brewing. As far as the future goes, there is some anxiety that sort of hangs around a little bit. You have a little bit of anxiety. I think people need to sort of just express their anxiety, get it out, sort of go forth and just sort of, air it out. You know what I mean? So I think they like-minded people that sort of understand their frustrations and whatnot. I think it's sort of, what you see happening at this point. You're just sort of gathering with people with a like-minded frustrations about things. I think it's a matter of a level of lack of control. So a lot of things we just don't have the control that we want or the control that we desire sometimes. So again, we have to sort of voice it out and get it out in some way or the next. But this sort of just hangs around a few months. So it's still going to just be around. It is going to sort of hang around for a few months. But I think overall people just move forward and, sort of continue on with what they were doing in the first place. There is a bit of sort of, after you get this, there is a bit of adjustment to the new environment and whatnot. And I think once they adjust to the new environment, they're still not going to like it as much, but day to day things still go on. You can't just stop, things from happening. I think things still go on, things continue on, but it's just a little bit of a frustration of just a lack of control and all of that. I don't see any civil war. I just see a little bit of frustration up front. And then after a while, it just relaxes a little bit. People get back to normal, doing their normal thing, and life goes on, right? So everybody has their normal habits, how they're doing it, and all that. So, it's just one of those things. One of those things where you have to get frustrated. You got to air it out a little bit, and then you calm down and go back. You go back to what you were doing in the first place, because everybody is a creature of habit, and they will return to what they were doing. And, there you go. All right. What other questions we got? Love life for January. We got winter sweaters. We got hello, everyone. Hello, indeed. All right. General for January. Let's do sparkling. Sparkling Sia. Do a little bit of a January general action and see how that's going to go. Because it is January indeed. General reading for January. What deck would be good for general for January? I'm going with some cats. Going with a little bit of cats. A little bit of the Grimalkin thing. You know what I mean? VV, welcome. How are you doing? Question: messed with your programs, concerned, trusted, read without parser. Yeah, it's all good. No, it didn't mess with me. You never mess with me. You're good. Vivian, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Get a little aqua. See if they're going to contact you or not. All right. Let's see about that here in just a minute. For right now, let's hop on to a Generala for sparkling. We got a little 5. We got all of that. We got the Queen of Cups. It does feel like at the end of January. So, welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. It does feel like at the end of January, things do get a bit emotional. I think you get riled up emotionally. Something stirs it up. You know what I mean? Lady, it's so good that you picked up the Hermetic. Congratulations. The Queen of Cups says something stirs you up at the end of January. There's something just waiting around the corner. But I don't think in a bad way. I just think you get really emotional at the end of January. It's just like this sudden thing. You know what I mean? Last few days, you're just like, whoa, I don't know why, but I'm just getting really emotional about everything all of a sudden. The Queen of Cups says is just sort of that time where you're going to get into that feel of, I really am emotional. I'm relying on my emotions. I'm relying on my intuition to sort of get things moving and whatnot. The Nine of Swords reverse is sort of interesting here as well. It says that during January, you're having a lot of dreams. I think the dreams are going to be a little bit prophetic. January is sort of a prophetic dreamed state for you to where you're going to be able to see what is coming up, what is sort of around the corner. I think it's going to be kind of exciting overall. And the Six of Pentacles being reversed says you're kind of on your own for a lot of things. You do need some support and whatnot, but yeah, that giving a feel of the Six of Pentacles being reversed says that you're just not getting that support sometimes. So it feels like you're just not getting that support sometimes, but that's okay. Sarah, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Bartman, welcome as well. The Five of Swords being reversed says that you have some cleanup to do in January from some other situations that are hovering around though. So there you go. Vivian, when will the Aqua contact me? Oh, let's see about that. See about an Aqua and all of that good stuff. Oh, let's see. Vivian, VV. Let's see. Aqua contact me. Is that going to be a thing or what is going to happen? Let's see. Do a little bit more Chiro. You really can't have enough Chiro. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, this is not Chiro, but it looks sort of like it. It looks kind of like it. I think Chiro really inspired a lot of people to do a deck that is highly detailed, beautiful, vibrant. That's just my opinion. It's almost like, you know, we had some before, but then after Chiro, we had a lot. So I think he really inspired a lot of people. In my personal opinion, I think he was very inspiring for many people. Okay. That is just me, though. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Speaking of, we got a Chiro cloth on here today. Hope you like it. You like that cloth? Empress of Love. Do you like the cloth? Okay. Will the aqua contact me or not? Six of Cups says yes. It does say yes. The King of Cups, sort of interesting here. Six of Pentacles is sort of interesting as well. It's almost like they want to take. They want to come around and they want to take things. They want to grab things. They want to take things. They want to remove something. They have basically an agenda when they do contact. So I don't think they come in with just a, you know, I want to contact you. I want to talk. I want to converse, discuss. I don't really think that happens. It's almost like that's just not there. It feels like they're taking. The Six of Cups is a contact card. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, lady, got hosted by Sunflower. What is your question, lady? Let me know. Or did you already ask it? I'm scrolling up. Anyway, lady, let me know. But yeah, they do contact you. The Six of Cups is a contact. You sort of see it right there with the lady and the little boy, and they're sort of, you know, giving each other something or handing over something. So you have that communication. The communication is going to be emotional as well. So that's one of the key components here, is being emotional. The Hierophant, again, though, says that we do have a higher power. You have someone that has a better ability or a better situation, or someone that has an agenda and they're coming in with that agenda. So just be aware of that. The King of Cups says it may not be in your best interest, but I think it's all right. It's not like they have a demand for something completely unreasonable. I think it's all right. It's just not, you know, something that you're just wild with or whatever. The Six of Pentacles, again, is sort of a taking. Six of Pentacles right side up is giving out, but this is sort of a taking feel. So again, it feels like they're taking something. They have an agenda. They want something. So they do contact you, but it's not possibly not in the way that you had expected or maybe even wanted. So there you go. All right. Let's see what we got. Sunflower for a lady. So does the lady have a question? Let me scroll around and see. Maybe a lady came in with a question. I did not see it. I can't scroll around until I do find it, though. There we go. TTV, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. In the meantime, while we wait for lady to get the question out, we will do TTV really quick and get a little bit of that February action. A little bit of the February action, some love. TTV needs a whole lot of love. I'm just saying. TTV needs a lot of love. Just back up the truck and unload all of it. Unload all of it. TTV needs some. A little bit of that love and affection, you know what I mean? I think everybody needs a little love and affection. It's one of those things. All right. So let's see about that. Should I focus on deeper tarot studies or runes? All right. We'll see about that. Thank you for your question, lady. And thank you, Sunflower, for hosting, lady. I appreciate you. So let's see about this. Little TTV action here. We got the 9. Okay, interesting. And the 9 is a well, and the Lovers, and the 3 of Swords. This is interesting, right? It's almost like either a friends with benefit situation or a situation where you have something dangled in front of you, like carrot on a stick, and it just doesn't deliver like the Sunflower. Thank you for your donation. It just does not deliver what you wanted it to deliver at the end of the day. It's Lovers with the 3 of Swords. So there's this build up with this particular interaction. It feels like things are sort of building up. Things are surfacing. Things are, you know, sort of brewing, and you're getting a little excited about something. The 9 of Wands says that the general feel of February is I'm cautious about things, but then I run into something that's really interesting. China, thank you for your donation. I run into something that's interesting. The Nine of Pentacles. You got this double nine, and nine is sort of in numerology, it's like the grand conclusion or the grand explosion of the suit. It's where everything comes together. And you find that with the Lover. So again, it's like that you have a lot of a carrot on a stick. You have a lot of potential with something, but the Three of Swords right next to the Lover says either it's a short-term relationship or it's something that just doesn't work out. Maybe friends with benefits where you're thinking, I really wanted more than friends with benefits, but I'll take whatever I can get kind of thing. But you do have that feeling as far as it goes. But I think you do have a lot of possibilities here. In February, it just feels like that they're short-term or temporary. I definitely have that feel on that. All right. Well, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is, ladies, should I focus on deeper tarot studies or runes? Let's do a little throwdown action there.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
A little bit of a throwdown. Empress of Love, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. All right, on the top over here, on the top over here, lady, we do have the tarot. Deeper into tarot. And on the bottom, we have Butterfly. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Story of your life. Well, there you go. Let's see what we're doing here with that. I think that you're in a situation up on the tarot side. Up on the tarot side, you're in a situation where you feel like you need more. I think that's where you're at. Butterfly, thank you again for your donation. I think you feel like that you need more. You're reaching for more. You need a little bit extra. It feels like that you know what I mean? Obviously you have other places you can go with tarot. We can go with Kabbalah. We can go with astrology. It just feels like sometimes that just doesn't satiate you. Sometimes it's sort of the same thing, but a different flavor. You know what I mean? It's like another cereal for breakfast, but it's a different flavor of cereal. And you've had cereal for a month, right? You want something different for breakfast. I think that's where you're at. I think that's where you're at with here. It just sort of stales out. It's not as exciting as it used to be. Again, there are plenty of places to go to dive deeper into it, but a lot of times you're just not motivated. I think sort of the rune is going to be a little bit better. We have Virtue over here, and then we have the literal explosion of the suit in the Nine of Cups. It says that something new, I think, is really going to hit the spot. Going to feel like that this is something you're excited about. This is something you really have been wanting to do. And again, I think diving into it makes a whole lot of difference. Really gets you enthusiastic again about it. And it feels like that there are other things that you want to dive into as well. So, the change of pace, I think, is going to be good for you overall. You know what I mean? There you go. Bartman is enjoying the thought. I'm so glad, Bartman. Bartman, the thought is amazing. It is amazing indeed. It is one of those, you know what I mean? Sunflower wants a general. Let's do a little boo-boo general. And see how that is going to go. See how the thought, we won't use the thought. We already used this one. I use a little Gregory Scott. I think Gregory Scott will do me right tonight. You know what I mean? Andrea, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Let's get a little bit of this action for a general off of the boo-boo. Let's see now. General. What is going to be on the general tonight? The Empress, the wheel, the Queen of Swords. I think that you're in a spot. I think that you're in a spot where you're stuck. I think that you have some things that you need to get done, some opportunities that you need to get through. I think that you have a lot of pending things that are swirling around, and sometimes it's just hard to juggle those together and sort of fix what you need to get fixed. I think that's not going to be the case for a long period of time. I do think that your new endeavor that you started is going to be good even at your new location, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Empress. I think that's one of those things. When you have something that is big and successful and it excites you and this is something you're passionate about, sort of getting that going in another location is going to be tricky, but I think you're able to do that because I think you have a good plan. And the other thing, I don't think you really give up. You don't really know what failure is. You just think that, I got knocked down. Let me get up and continue running and whatnot. I think that's going to be a big piece for you, right? The Empress into the wheel is sort of interesting again. Again, it means that you're coming into a space where you're much more comfortable. You're much more able to get things going how you need it to get going. And finally, the Queen of Swords says you're going to have to take command of some things. I think that there are people that are trying to force you to do some things. You definitely don't want to do those. You want to sort of, take command, take charge of that, and move forward and move on with that. It's going to be an important piece of the puzzle as you go forward. There you go. All right. What's coming towards me next in love? Let's check it out. Everybody wants love tonight. It is a love night. It feels like a love night. We got reconciliation questions. We got a job question, a little bit off there. How long will H&O last? That's going to be kind of fun. All right. Next in love for China Chi. Next in love. Austin, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Let's go about next in love and see how that is going to go with a little bit of some new tarot that we got here called the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, if you're interested in it, by the way. Oak, Ash, and Thorn has got it going on. Oak, Ash, and Thorn knows what's up. Arlene, it has been a hot minute since I've seen you. It's good to see you. Very good to see you, Arlene. Welcome back, by the way. All right, where are we going with this? Coming next in love, the World, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. I think you get into a situation where you definitely need to be cautious. I think somebody comes in, we have this opportunity in love. We have sort of where we are going in love, right? Christina, thank you for hanging out today. What's going on? Sunshiny day. The love boat. Indeed, it is the love boat tonight. It is nothing but love tonight. Hello, everybody. Nothing but love, hearts, and all of that good stuff. So you're going to get in a tricky situation. All right, let's break it down. Not like MC Hammer. Let's break it down a little bit differently. Let's do the world first. You're going to get into a situation where you have a lot of potential. Something happens where a lot of potential, a lot of good things, right? It just feels like that something is really sort of around the corner where you need to be, and you're going to be comfortable with it. You're going to be excited about it. This is going to be something that is sort of, around the corner. It always feels just around the corner and whatnot. The Four of Wands says that it does indeed have great possibilities. Christina, thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. The Four of Wands says it has distinct possibilities, but it seems the person is trying to move really fast, or something is trying to go really fast. And you're like, I'm not really comfortable with that speed. I'm not really comfortable with that particular speed. You know what I mean? Oops, forgot my question. That's okay. Take your time. We're literally here for another 40 minutes. The Four of Wands says that a little bit of uncomfortable speed. And you have to sort of take that into consideration. Even though something is interesting, something is sort of nice, something is forward, and you have these great possibilities and these great things that could be, you definitely want to be comfortable with it. You don't want to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. And I think that's a situation where you have to make that decision in there, right? Stacy, thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate that. Empower the business, Stacy. Stacy has got it going on. Stacy has got it going on indeed. Butterfly, how long will H&O last? Well, if it's H2O, that is water. That's going to be, I'm just saying, that's going to be a good while. You know what I mean? H and O. Let's see how long they last. Is that going to be a thing? We'll do the This Might Hurt Tarot. Some tells me we have a little bit of a surprise. I think there's a little bit of a surprise ending on this one. Butterfly, hang on. Hang on. I think it's coming. I think it is coming. There you go. All right. Christina, thank you for your question. We'll see how it goes on a Friday. H&O. I think this is a very, very balanced situation. But but there's somebody else. There's somebody else that's a little bit tempting. Somebody else in the lurking in the background. It's a little bit tempting. We have these possibilities. We have these things coming out. We're not sure where it's going to go, but there seems to be another influence within this particular H&O situation. We have the Nine of Cups, which is Mr. Romance. It's Mr. Romance. Things are going well. I think things are going well. We need to resist the temptations that sort of come along within here. There are the temptations. There are some things hovering around. I think there are some exes that are still around. Keziah, hello. How are you doing tonight? And it just feels like there's somebody else lurking and hovering around. And it could be an ex. It could be somebody new. It could be somebody that comes in, sort of tries to do a little bit of a forcefully entry in there, no pun intended. I think that needs to be avoided. I think that's bottom line. That's going to be one of the biggest factors with H&O being a long-term thing. But H&O, I think it'll be all right. H&O will be all right in the long run. You just got to watch out for external influences in this particular thing. All right. Empress of Love with a Cancerian ex and I reconcile in 2021. Let's see about that. Philippe, welcome. It's so good to see you. How you doing? Empress of Love, or otherwise known as End of Line in the computer programming. Partner, find a job in 2021. Let's see if they can get a job, a job. Hopefully the COVID thing chills out, calms down. We get a little job going. We got the Hermetic Tarot tonight. That's going to be fantastic. Everybody does love the Hermetic. I mean, this deck is getting a lot of love in the past, I would say, 3 months. I mean, there's been a lot of people excited about this deck. And I mean, for good reason. For good reason. It's really nice. All right. The Princess of Wands. If you want some reconciliation action, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, it just feels like now is just not one of those things. If you're looking for 2021, obviously we have a ton of days left. I think that it's going to be more possible around October. It's almost like that October is where things heat up. October is where we start missing things that we had before. It feels like that October is like the big opportunity. And I think it's a wide open opportunity. I think that you literally get into a situation where the person just is coming around and they're very motivated for a reconciliation. But again, it's just not here right now. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. If these were both right side up, that would be great. But of course they're not. Queen of Pentacles is upside down. It feels like that this is just not the time. October is going to be much better. Princess of Wands says, again, we have a huge opportunity. This is not subtle at all. This is an opportunity that is definitely one of the booming voices out of the sky, right? It's extremely obvious. It's there. Everybody sort of feels it, feels the energy sort of happening. And I think it culminates in October where you have a big, big opportunity for that. But now it just doesn't look good. So I'm sorry. What am I doing? The Cancer and X and reconcile in 2021. Did that for Empress of Love. Sorry about that. With a partner find a job, it's a reconcile. Anyway, that is a reconciliation. Now we're going for the job. Partner find a new job, and that is Andrea. Andrea's probably confused. She's like, wait a minute, what? Andrea's like confused. You put the wrong name in there, Tio. Indeed, I did. All right, now we go for the job. All right. Let's see about the job. Is this going to be good employment? Is it going to be something that's decent? I think so. I think they are going to find a job. It's not going to be a big problem to find a job, indeed. High Priestess into the Tower. There is a moment, or there is an opportunity that you sort of run into where they basically make their own job. That sounds kind of weird, but it is an opportunity where they make their own job. There's a lot of things nowadays where you can do jobs that are completely not normal. In other words, things that you make up out of your head, you can go forth and do those things, with getting a job. Like you have many people in chat that have businesses that are, not really a business per se, but just something they started and it just blew up. I think that's what you have here for your partner finding a job in 2021. Finding a formal job, the Nine of Coins upside down says that's still going to be a little bit difficult, especially in the early parts of 2021. I think later on, around April, May-ish, there's a lot better opportunity. Things feel like they're getting better moving forward. Things feel like they're opening up again, kind of thing. The Nine of Coins is very good for that. High Priestess, though, says that Arlene, or Sunflower, thank you for your donation for Arlene. I appreciate that. Arlene, what is your question? What about a new deck? I think it gave me a few suggestions. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Question, what dream, something dream, Kozai, and a dream. All right, we got it, Kozai. We got you covered. Let's see. But yeah, I think it's an unusual job. It's a job they create. And again, the Tower says this is something inventive, something that they create, something that they initiate, and overall it's going to be kind of fun, right? It'll be fun. And I think that's the thing. Use our imagination and do stuff that ends up being a job. Like, got a couple of people in chat with their own businesses that they just made up out of their head. They just tried something, it worked, and it snowballed, and all of a sudden they're making a lot of money. So again, it feels like it's just an out of their head job until, again, later on in like March, April type feel. Daisy, welcome. How are you doing? All right, let's use a little bit of the, where's my thing? Where's my box? A little bit of this tarot, which was here a minute ago. Here it is. Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Will the riots in Washington continue? Okay, Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. We will check that out. Let's see. Now we're doing Austin. Who or what is my energy attracting? See about that. See, a little bit of the energy action there. The World, the Fool. I think your energy is definitely attracting movement. And that's one of the big things. That's one of the big things that's sort of going on here, right? You have the Fool reversed. I think one of the factors that you're running into, Austin, is you're not able to get the movement done that you need. You're not able to get moving a lot of times. You're sort of stuck. You're not able to get the actions that you need. The Fool being upside down says the adventures that you want to go on is not there. The adventures that you want to really sort of engage in are not available. And I think that's sort of an energy that you're bringing in. You're bringing in the opportunities to go on those adventures, to go on those new things. I think that the World being reversed says that you don't have a lot of the manifestation powers and abilities that I think over time you have cycles to where sometimes you're really good at manifesting things. Other times you are a little bit challenged. It feels like you have to try really hard. Other times it feels like everything just flows naturally. You get that feeling of just that back and forth action. I think that's cleaning up soon. I think you're able to sort of manifest what you need and how you need it very well. Not as good as you'd like, but at the end of the day, you're able to do it enough. You're able to get enough of the energy going. So again, you feel that energy sort of flowing around. And I think that's, again, going to culminate into manifestation ability for you. And that's going to be important because that's going to get you where you need to be. You know what I mean? The manifestation ability is going to be your biggest boon as far as that goes. So there you go. A little bit of the manifestation tweaking, as they say. Well, no, as not as they say. As I say. All right. Let's see. A little bit of the CD. CD wants to know, how will Friday go? Let's see about that. Friday. Let's see. That is only a couple of days away. I hope it goes well. How will Friday go indeed? Be interesting to see how these work out. Lichy nut. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it, Is. Perfect fireplace weather and Netflix. Indeed. All right, how will Friday go? Four of Pentacles, Justice, the Chariot, and the Five of Wands. You know, the Four of Pentacles, sort of interesting. I think that you have a Friday that's going to be, you know, kind of fun as well. Four of Pentacles says that it is an opportunity to expand. It is an opportunity to sort of reach out and sort of, you know, be fun, be adventurous. Yeah, that's sort of where we're at, right? Justice next to the Four of Pentacles sort of points to a little bit of restrictions. There's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of formality around you. How things should go this way and things should go that way. A lot of times you want to get out of that formality. You want to expand. You want to grow. You want to do something adventurous, something that's going to be maybe, you know, a little bit fun. I think Friday is the time to do that. You see the Chariot with that movement action, the excitement of the Chariot and how that sort of goes. It's time to sort of get moving, get excited, and do something that's a little adventurous and a little fun, a little bit outside of, you know, outside of the normal day-to-day thing. I think that you live in a very restrictive type thing where you're just like, okay, I need to do this all day. I need to do that all day. And you know, when you're working and et cetera. So the Four of Pentacles just says I need to be real formal and all of that. So, you know, time to take a little bit of an adventure, into the hearts. You know what I mean? Get the hearts going, get a little bit of an action adventure, you know, see how it goes. You never know how it might go. All right, Stacy. What is going on, Stacy? Let's see. What I need to know to empower the business I just started during the month of February. Let's see about that. February business. Get the new business, get it going. Everybody has a new business they're starting. That's so freaking exciting, man. You know what I mean? This is the time. This is the time for the businesses that all of that. Candace, that was the Modern Love Tarot. The Modern Love Tarot, because sometimes, you know, Fridays and the weekends, you get into a situation where you're ready for some love. That's the way it goes sometimes. I'm just saying sometimes on the weekend. February business reading. Nine of Cups, King of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. Okay, you just started the business, so you're still tweaking things. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The Four of Pentacles says that you are going to be making some money. The Four of Pentacles is sort of known as the greedy card. You know, I'm hanging on to what I have. But in every book, you'll see that is also the exciting opportunities to make more money. Not only are you holding on to what you have, but you're getting more money. And that's one of the big keys here. I think February is when you start getting things rolling. You figure out the adjustments that you need. Okay, I don't think that the current situation, the current things that you're doing are going to work as far as good money is concerned, but this Three of Wands does say you're looking out and willing to make adjustments, willing to make little tweaks. That is going to be the key. Making these little tweaks is going to be where it's at. It's going to increase your revenue. It's going to get you to where you need to be in the long run. The King of Wands says make sure that you have everything in place for the business. If you need a presence on social media, get that ready. If you need a website, get that ready. Get all of these things in place and get ready to sort of go forward with that. I think that's going to be the big thing there. There you go. All right. Should I move to LA or New York City? New York City. All right. Thank you for your question. I appreciate that. Arlene, we got you covered. Keziah, in the meantime, had a question about my dream and I met last night to cook fish and meat together. Is a possibility of us getting romantic. Okay, Keziah had a dream about getting romantic with some fish or something. I'm not really sure what's going on. Not really sure how that is happening, but you know, there we go. All right, getting romantic or not, we're gonna trim it down and go with that and do a little Bonefire Tarot. By the way, Bonefire Tarot Part 2 is out on Kickstarter, and you must get it. I'm just saying, you must get it. Let's see here. We'll do a little throwdown for Arlene and moving to New York or whatever you're going to do. That's going to be there. So, is there a possibility of getting romantic or not? Oh, we don't read all upside down, so we do gotta do the little flip there thing. You know, the King of Swords, the Death, and then you're moving into the King of Wands. I don't really think so. I don't really think so. It looks like that's not a full dead end. It looks like that's not a full dead end, but it looks like that's challenged. In other words, there's not a huge abundance of opportunity for that. It seems that there's a little bit of a challenge as far as that goes. But if you're looking for a romance, if you're looking for moving forward with that, there seems to be, again, some challenges. There seems to be some things that just aren't lining up. So, you know, sometimes you got to do what you need to do, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't look like a very, very big open door for a lot of romance. All right. For Arlene is next. Arlene wants to throw down.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Right. Arlene gets a throwdown action. Move to LA, or should I move to New York City? There you go. Does a Bonefire read well? I love it. It reads very well. One of the few decks that just reads smooth. So the Bonefire Tarot is like it's like one of the hard drinks you get at a bar, but it's like super smooth and you don't realize that it's really alcoholic. You know what I mean? And so you drink like a lot of it and then you get a little tipsy. I mean, that's a Bonefire Tarot. It's just smooth. You don't see it coming in. It doesn't, the Thoth comes in and hits you on the head with a brick. That's the Thoth style. The Thoth doesn't mess around. It comes in, it clubs you with a brick. It says, hello, I'm here. Poof. The Bonefire is like a smooth alcoholic drink that just doesn't taste alcoholic at all. That's the best way to describe it. That's how I'm going to describe it today. Anyway, we're going over here with LA, and we're going over here that is New York City. New York City looks like a hot fire. Looks like a big mess. That looks like just a place that is a little bit too action-packed. It just feels like New York City is just a little on the intense side. It just feels like that. We still have intensity in LA. I mean, I'm not saying LA's any better, but it seems like both these places are a little bit challenged, right? I mean, you have ruin here followed by sort of everything drying up. It feels like LA is not where you're going to have a lot of opportunities, or you're going to have a lot of things to where you're just super excited about it. It seems like there's a lot of dead ends, basically, in as far as LA goes, a lot of dead ends with LA. It does feel like that there's a lot of action, or a lot of sort of, you know, feels good to be there, but it just feels like that you're on this beautiful road driving a beautiful car, and all of a sudden you hit a dead end and there's nowhere else to go. This feels like LA. It feels like LA. Beautiful road, beautiful car, and you reach a dead end and you don't really know what to do at that point. That feels like LA. New York City just feels like a dumpster fire. It just looks like a dumpster fire. It feels like a dumpster fire. Andrea and Gita, thank you for your donations. I appreciate that. They both look like they both don't look great. What I'm saying, if you may want to look at other places, Arlene, I'm just telling you, Arlene, you may want to check out some other places. These both look kind of challenging. Yeah, but that Bonefire reads like a smooth alcoholic drink. Love me some Bonefire. I love me some Bonefire. Sunshiny Day wants to know about the incidents. Okay, I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful with what I put in what I put up here. So it's there are some incidents in the news, and Sunshiny Day wants to know if those incidents will continue. Well, now, let's see about that. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. we'll see about these incidents and if they will keep on going. Star says no. Ten of Pentacles says no. The Sun says no. I don't think so. I gave a reading pretty much similar to this earlier in the show. It feels like that people have a lot of frustration that they need to get out. They need to get out, and they're going to have to get it out. So after they get it out, they're going to return back to normal. You know what I mean? Return back to normal. The Sun says we're upset, but life goes on. Life goes on. You got to go back to being normal in life. You got to go back to doing all the usual things you do in life. You know what I mean? It returns to normal. It does return to normal. I don't think that's going to be a big thing. Again, as people getting frustrations out, they need to express their frustrations. Maybe not in this way, but they do need to express their frustrations. Got a little out of hand, it looks like. But, that 2020 was a little out of hand kind of year. And 2021 looks like it's starting out to be, a little bit hectic. Hopefully it'll chill out and calm down. Legion Nut. How might life be different at one dedicated spiritual practice? Well, there you go. One full year of dedicated magical spiritual practice. That should be kind of interesting, right? I think it'd be nice. Just dedicate a year. Just be like, we're gonna do a year and just do nothing but, and see about that. We'll do a little bit of Nightmare Before Christmas. I think that's going to be the key here. It's going to be a really good kind of fun thing here. Let's see about how that goes. Back to normal, indeed. We do need to get back to normal. I think we are at a state where it's a little bit abnormal, and it'd be nice if we got back to normal. All right. We dedicate the time, we dedicated the energy, we put all of our focus into here. It looks like a journey for sure. I think the journey comes in multiple stages is what we're looking at this point. You have the Fool into the Five of Potions. It feels, okay, the journey goes in stages. You have the exciting, fun, all these great possibilities sort of, in your face. And it feels like that this is going to be a big, big thing that you do. And that's where you have the Fool. It feels like this is going to be a big, big journey. But you get burned out. They get burned out a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit of the Five Potions. You feel like, this, what am I going to have at the end of this? What am I going to get out of this? This is a lot of work. I've dedicated a lot of time to it. Cheryl, welcome. How you doing? So good to see you as always, Cheryl. But the Five Potions says I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of dedication to do. And what am I getting out of it? I feel like I'm not really receiving anything in the benefit. So the bottom line is you're on a roller coaster of a great idea, bad idea, great idea, bad idea. As long as you can ride that roller coaster, I think you're going to be okay. But just realize it is a roller coaster. Page of Potions, it almost feels like at the beginning of this, you're not ready. It feels like that you're emotionally not ready. You have a lot of variance in how you feel. And you need to get that hammered out. And that's part of your journey is to do that. That's part of why you're doing it is to, it's like meditation. You start out, you can't meditate for more than 30 seconds, you can't focus for more than 30 seconds. And then after 10 minutes a day for 6 months, you're able to do it all 10 minutes, no problem at all. But at the end of the day, that's something that you have to deal with yourself. The Three of Candles says that you're going to go on different journeys. In other words, it's not one straight line. You're going to go over here a little bit, then you're going to move over here a little bit. So the pathway moves. The goalpost moves. So be aware that you're definitely going to have a journey indeed of many, many turns and twists. Watercolor or sketching. We'll do a little throwdown. Watercolor, sketching, throwdown. Let's get some action up in here.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
And see how that goes. I want to see how that goes. Watercolor up top. A little bit of the watercolor. And down below, we have sketching. You know what I mean? Cheryl started the salad journey. That sounds delicious. I love me some salad. I do indeed like the salad. Well, let's see about that. We got watercolor up top and sketching down on the bottom. Watercolor looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. It does. I think that you're going to end up mixing the two. I mean, master of the obvious. You gotta have something to watercolor. You know what I mean? If you want a little watercolor action, it's always nice to have a little sketch to watercolor on. But yeah, it feels like that. Sketching is how you get your ideas, and watercolor is how you implement them. So if you need some ideas, if you need some exciting things, sketching is going to get your brain going, get your creativity running, and it's going to get you to where you need to be. Because without it, you're just sort of watercoloring things, you're sort of figuring it out, and, you know, it's sort of winging it. I think that you're in a mode where you want to have some really good ideas. Sketching is going to get you there. You have the Chariot. It says the sketching is your warm-up exercise for the watercolor. It is your communication. The Ace, you have the communication, the ideas. The swords are about ideas, learning, and communication. And that is where you're at. And, in sort of power, it gives you your power indeed. At the home front, it gives you security. And again, it gets you your motivation. It gets you going with the watercolor. And then you watercolor over the sketch. So I think you're doing a little bit of both. Step one is going to be the imagination, the creativity. Step two is going to be the implementation of said imagination and creativity. There you go. Andrea. I keep trying to put the throwdown deck on the tower. Is my home business still worth keeping? Is that going to do that? Money-wise. All right, let's see. Use a little bit of the golden action, golden wheel. Daisy, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Okay. Why is that still on there? There you go. All right. We got a home business. And is this something we want to hang on to? Because a lot of times it may not be. In this case, I say yes. The Seven of Wheels, though, says that it's more of a warm-up, more of a preparation than anything else. The Seven is planting the seeds for later success. And that's what you got. So if you're looking for money now, an immediate gratification, it seems like that's going to be a little bit challenged, right? The Seven of Wheels says this is more for a future thing. And starting it now gives you these opportunities, moves you into a space where, hey, it's going to be, pretty good there. It's going to be kind of nice there. Pete, thank you for your support on the Patreon, by the way. If you're in chat, I assume you are. You just went on Patreon just now. The Seven of Wheels says it is a good start for the investment. Hanged Man and Ten of Swords says that, don't stop. The Ten of Swords is a stopping card. It is a termination card. It means we're cutting things. And the Ten of Swords being reversed says don't cut it, don't stop it, keep it going. But again, don't rely on it like sole income. Don't rely on it like some big return that's going to be tomorrow. It just feels like that. You got to relax with it and go for the long game. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. How long are you be staying in Taiwan? Gita, how does the Aquarius feel about me? Let's see about that. How does the Aquarius feel about me? Hopefully they feel pretty good about you. I feel good about you. I think they should feel good about you too. You know what I mean? That's how I roll. That is how I roll. I can't wait to start get painting, stress out a lot. Painting is about not stressing. Painting is about relaxing and, seeing where it goes. Christina, what is going on? How are you doing tonight? All right. A little painting action, where's my button? Where the hell? Okay. The Aquarius, how do they feel? Well, that's not too good. Does the Aquarius have other options? I'm just asking this. How do they feel? Does the Aquarius have a lot of options? Is my question. And I ask that because we do have the termination card that we just had upside down, but it's right side up this time. It feels like there's a termination involved, or they need to get rid of something. I mean, I do think that they notice you. I do think that you're good to communicate. Stacy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Yeah, it feels like that they do want to communicate with you. They do want to be around. They do want to have these opportunities and whatnot. But it feels like that they don't really want to go any further. Again, they have a lot of options. It seems that they are filled with options. We have the Seven of Cups. Usually says that this person has maybe people that are hovering around them, people that are interested in them. We have a lot of opportunities for them. And at the end of the day, it's something that they need to adjust and navigate through. If you're looking for this person to be just dedicated, it just doesn't look like it. But, just to entertainment purposes only, obviously. If you're looking for the person to be dedicated, it looks like they have a lot of options, and they need to terminate one of those options or at least be more focused in order to move on, basically. Taurus E trying to hide. They're trying to hide something. Oh, my. They're trying to hide something, and they're not telling Daisy. Daisy, that's no good at all. No good at all. What is the Taurus hiding? The stubborn Tauruses, what are they hiding? What do they got going on over there behind the curtain? Let's see what's going on there. All right. I don't see Pete in chat. I'll say thank you to Pete after the stream. You know what I mean? What are they trying to hide, and what are they not telling me? Let's see about that. All right. Stacy, you can ask anything you want. We do all questions here, Stacy. Never be sorry. I appreciate you being here, Stacy. I appreciate you being here. All right. Gail wants to know how this works. Well, good news, Gail. There is no list. We donation take party that I pick at random. We are running down the clock here, so we're going to hop off here in a few minutes. What are they trying to hide? Page of Swords, King of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Oh. Some addiction. Now, obviously, entertainment purposes only, but they have some addiction that they're trying to hide. We have worry about the addiction. We have these two pages sort of bookending the reading. We have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Again, points to an addictive type thing. By the way, I cover addictions very heavily in my upcoming book that is going to be on Kickstarter January the 15th. January the 15th. So please support me. But we have some addictions that are coming through. The Nine of Swords is a big addiction card when around this type of thing. The emotional high from the addiction is also sort of hitting here as well. So if you're looking for what they're trying to hide, Ming, thank you for your donation. What they're trying to hide and whatnot, it looks like an addiction. They need to get over it. They need to get through it. It may take some time, but it's definitely something that they need to work through themselves. It's not something you just sort of force them out of, kind of thing. Anyway. All right. Going long tonight. Going long and strong tonight. Long and strong. That's how you got to go. You know what I mean? Taiwan. How long will you be in Taiwan? Speaking of long and strong, let's go with a little bit of the divine. I do like some divine, you know what I mean? Natasha indeed is a member. Natasha, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, you're going to Taiwan. Do we want to stay for a long time or not? I think you end up staying for a while. It's almost like you meet somebody there that is interesting. You meet somebody that's interesting. I don't think this is a soulmate. I don't think this is somebody that, you can't live without, whatnot. But Tammy, indeed, thickness matters. Thickness matters because
Everybody loves the D.
But I think you're there for a while. You meet somebody interesting. I think that it's somebody that you like. And I think that you stay there a little longer. Makes you stay there a little longer than what you're expecting. Again, the Knight of Wands, you're not really excited about it. We know that. But then you have the World and the Two of Cups as we meet somebody, and it's sort of fun and interesting and sort of a little bit of an adventure opportunity there once you're there. So it all depends. It all depends. But yeah, I know you can't wait to get back already, but still, you're going to be there a little bit longer than you anticipated. You know what I mean? Everybody loves a worldwide D. I don't know about worldwide. That seems a little over exaggerated if the D is worldwide. I mean, that's some girth. You know what I mean? It's all about the girth. I guess, never mind. I have a crush on a man called B. I want to know if I have a future with him. Ming. Ming wants to know about the crush. About the crush. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love it. I love a good crush. Sunflower for Natasha. Natasha, what is your question? I appreciate that. Smooching with the D. If you do have some D, and it is at smooch range, yeah, I mean, there's the D, and then there's the D within smooching range. I think when it gets in range, there's a strong possibility of a smoosh. There's a distinct possibility of a smoosh if it's within range. If it's out of range, it's kind of awkward because now you got to chase around for it. That nobody wants to chase it around. You know what I mean? All right, that's awkward. Okay. Anyway, we got a little crush. Oh, I love the crushes. You know, a little bit of the heart's going, a little bit of the action. You like somebody, and you're like, "Hey there, I kind of like you. What are you doing Friday?" You know what I mean? You got a little crush on somebody. You're like, "What are you doing Friday?" I'm available. We have a restaurant down the street, and we could go together and go there. You know what I mean? A little bit of the crush action there. Anyway, what am I doing? Anyway, Eight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Page of Daisy. Thank you for your donation. The Page of Pentacles. Oh, man. I don't think so. Joy E, welcome to the stream. Wolfie. Oh, it is so good to see you, Wolfie. I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, the King of Swords and the Four of Cups. I don't really see it. The Four of Cups has that feel of I have something that I don't really want. And that's not really where you want to be with this particular thing. I do think that they would be a better opportunity if you dropped a couple of hints maybe. But yeah, I mean, just going in raw with no hints or anything like that, it just feels kind of rough. King of Swords says they are very strong-minded and they have their eye on particular people and whatnot. But with the Eight of Pentacles sort of being busy, with the Page of Pentacles sort of not really realizing there's a crush. I don't really think that they realize that you have a crush on them. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think they realize that you have a crush on them. Anyway. All right. Okay, Natasha. What was Natasha's question? I might want to search for the D when it makes it home safely tonight. You know, that's all you got to do. Teal asked what we're up to this Friday. Yeah, I'm just saying. I think Friday's the night. Friday is the night where we have a lot of good possibilities this Friday. I'm just saying. All right, Daisy. Addictions and all of that good stuff. We are ending soon, by the way. I do have other things. I need to go eat. All right, let's see. Let's see. A little bit of Poe? No, I'll do a little bit of the Super Lunaris Tarot. There you go. Am I going to make it home safely tonight? I hope so. Natasha, you need to be careful. Jesus, what are you doing over there? What kind of addiction do they have? The freaks come out on Friday. I hope not. I hope not. I hope there's no freak on Friday. I want it to be a nice Friday. Friday needs to be freak free. What kind of addiction do they have? The Magician, the King of Pentacles, the Star, and the 2. Oh man, you know, I don't really want to be stupid. I don't really want to be super specific, but it seems to be like a substance, either a substance or something's really bothering them. Something's really bothering them. It feels like, you know, something's really bothering them. It's something that was building up for a while and they needed a way to deal with it. So this is the way they're dealing with it. I don't think they're having a good time with it. It just seems that there's something going on. It's just something they need to fix. There's something that is not lining up properly. And, you know, that's what it is. But there you go. Loves my big 10-inch. Well, you know, that's a 10. That's a lot to handle. That's a lot to handle. All right. How to get the boo-boo community? You're already in the boo-boo community. Okay. Natasha wants to know. Stranded. Will Natasha make it home safely? Well, I hope so. I hope we don't get really bad cards for this. You know what I mean? Hopefully we don't get really bad. Yeah, 10 inches, that's a bit hard to handle. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know what you know, what are you going to do with 10 inches? All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you are going to make it home safely. You know, luckily I didn't draw like death, the tower, and everything else. I think you're going to be all right. You got the Chariot. You're going to end up getting a ride. You know, it's going to be okay. I don't, you know, darkness has fallen, but I don't think Jason from Friday the 13th is going to, Jason Voorhees. I don't think Jason Voorhees is going to be out there waiting. I think that, you know, you don't have to be paranoid. You may want to watch any trees that are looking kind of weird or something. You know what I mean? The tree's kind of, you know, something behind it. You want to watch out for that. You definitely want to watch out for that. I mean, you know, other than that, you need to, you know, you're going to be all right. The Chariot says you get a ride, everything's going to be okay and whatnot. I mean, so look at this. You're given a ride. You're given something. It's a giving card. You're given something, and that's going to be, you know, it's going to be pretty positive there. Yeah, the Knight as well says it's a movement card. You're going to get moving and all of that. So there you go. Is that his last name, really? Okay. What, his last name is 10 inches? I don't know. How did we get started on inches? I don't know. It's a song, apparently? I don't know. All right. The last card looks like a riot. You know, maybe a quiet riot. I don't know. Anyway, darkness has fallen and discovered by my friend's case. Well, there you go. Just watch the trees. If maybe somebody behind those trees at the stop, definitely look out. Definitely, yeah, Jason, definitely look out. You need to be careful out there. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
You got me in the mood. It feels like